A very, very good evening to everyone on a new year. For a lot of people, a new start. 2023 is among us now. A very, very happy new year to everyone who has been spotting the Woman Agenda channel, who's maybe just viewing it for the first time. And for everyone else, thank you very much for viewing the community channel, which is called, as you know, the Woman Agenda. This is Raj, yours truly, Raj here. Thank you very much for watching us, supporting us throughout 2022. 2023 will be massive when it comes to the Woman Agenda community channel here on YouTube, and all the live interviews will be on our podcast on where we are available on the Apple Podcasts, Spotify, to name a few. You can check us out on the womanagendapodcast.com as well. Check us out on there. And we are available there. And if you want to sponsor the podcast, get in touch, talentspotlight309@gmail.com. And if you want to be featured, if you want to have a live interview with us, if you're a female, you're a girl, woman, and you feel you can make a difference, you made a difference, or you want to get interviewed, you're an artist, get in touch, talentspotlight309@gmail.com. If you are in the USA, you need a booking, get in touch with a buddy of mine, a very talented contestant music, Kirsty Krause, at contact@kirstykrause.com. We will talk more about Kirsty Krause this coming week, and you'll be able to listen to some of her music here on the Woman Agenda channel. So let's see what is coming up today. It's a brand new episode which we are doing. And it's called Rising Female DJs. Yes, as the name suggests, we'll be talking about the rising female DJs who are rising, and we feel they're going to be the breakout, who they're going to get even more popular in 2023. Who are they? This is one of them, as you see at the top. We'll be talking more about Anfisa today. And we'll be talking about the ratio of the male-dominated area and what's the ratio now, as well as some of the people who have been making it big in the female DJs around the world. We'll be talking a little bit about them because they're the ones who've changed the ratio and changed it to balance it out in this entertainment industry, music, to make it more easier for female DJs. And these are a couple of them which we will be talking about. So let's first of all talk about, when did the female DJs change the male domination area, which is DJing. So obviously we're not talking about radio DJing here. Let's get it straight. We're talking about DJs, DJ sets, music, you know it. So it was dominated by males. And look at the figures. I mean, 32% of DJs are female now, 68% are male. Yeah, so that's what the ratio is telling us. Now, if you look at 32% of DJs which are female, that's much better than what it was a few years ago. So let's just see who are the people, who are the female DJs who have changed this. There's a couple which very, very stand out. One's called Deborah DeLuca, who I very, very listen to. I do listen to a lot. And she's very, very talented. And the other one is Nina Kraviz. And Nina Kraviz is one of the ones who, we can say, made the landscape more easier for females in DJing, because she was one of the first, not the first female DJ, there was a few more before her, but she was one of the ones who made such a big impact in 2012 that she changed the landscape for female DJs and made it easier for them. So made it easier a bit for Deborah coming through in 2013. So Deborah, obviously, she's from Italy as well, and the one we're talking about is from Italy. Now, I'm sure she was a role model for her. But even if she wasn't, Deborah is an inspiration to everyone. Nina Kraviz is as well. Nina Kraviz, like I said, 2012, she made a massive impact. And she changed the landscape of female DJing and made it easy for them. And then Deborah continued that in 2013 when she started her DJing, and she's been doing it now for the last 10 years, around 10 years. So that's a bit about that. We will talk more about Deborah. We will talk more about Nina Kraviz in the next week. This will be happening every Sunday here, only on the Woman Agenda channel. So let's talk about Anfisa Letyago. Hopefully I've said that right. So when did she start DJing? As you can see on there, she started doing it in 2009. So let's talk about her as per her website, Anfisa's website, which is ra.co/Anfisa Letyago /biography. A very young, talented, charming, and charismatic Anfisa is rapidly becoming one of the breakout stars of tomorrow. So her journey, like I said, started about 10 years ago. So you're looking around about 2010. In her hometown of Nepalese, where she first began to experiment with DJing and productions driven by pure passion. Fast forward now, and then to 2016, where she dropped her first release on the iconic Dutch label Spinning Records, alongside Narrow Styles. Stop Talking would eventually pave the way for her introduction into the world of electronic music, demonstrating her versatility as an artist and ability to stand out. Proving a promise behind the decks from the get-go, Anfisa has performed around the world along with some of the biggest names in the game. So when was her breakthrough? Her breakthrough was in 2019. I'm going to put her on at Ultra next year. She's a very talented performer. That was said by Carl Cox of the DJ Mag, powered by Beatport. And in 2020, she had an album EP slated for release, which was the infamous Re-Kids, with remixes from Mark Broom and Marco Franzen, hopefully I said that right, as well as a remix by Berlin powerhouse Panpots Confronted on Second State, and a remix for Tube and Burger in the works on their label Kit Ball. Her productions have won the spot of many prolific fellow DJs such as Adam Beyer, Charlotte DeWitt, who is a big name in DJing, and the aforementioned Carl Cox, who has gone on to be an ardent backer of her music by signing her 2 EPs, So Good and Catch the Spirit, to his higher regarding in tech album. So like I said, 2020, another big year, was a big year for her, or rather be EP, which was an EP, Re-Kids 2020. So in 2021, she launched her own record label called NSDA, dropping 2 EPs, which were whipped into remix packages by producers such as Chris Liebing, Calibra, and DJ Sinfield, followed by those at the start of 2022 with her own sublime remix of Moby's Go. This summer, her schedule includes dates in Ibiza for Trick and DC10, at Glitch and Druncode in Malta, and the Mighty Exit Festival in Serbia. So there you have it. This is a massive, massive things which she is doing, Anfisa, letyago. Excuse me. So like I said, her journey began about 10 years ago, as you can see on there. This is her own quotes. And it began in the town of Naples, Italy, where she began to experiment. And her first album was in 2016, like I said. On the iconic Dutch label Spinning. That's where she made a massive impact. But her platform was made obviously easier by Deborah, like I said, DJ Deborah Delusa, as well as Nina Kraviz and Charlotte. And these female DJs, I'm sure she was inspired by them, and these ones have made it so easy. I wouldn't say really, really easy, but obviously they've changed the spectrum. They've changed the platform for women DJing in a male-dominated era. So before 2012, if you go back to about 10, 11, they were less. If you look at the 32% of DJs are female now. Before then, around about 2010, it wasn't 32%. You know, it was so much less than that. And so much has changed in the last 10 years regarding female DJs, and now there are more and more venues which are comfortable in bringing in female DJing, and giving them those platforms, giving them those venues which were just dominated by male DJs in the past. That's changing slowly. Even though we look at the 68% are still male and 32% are female, there is a gap. But like I said, the gap has narrowed down in the last 10 years. It's very, very narrowed down, and it is thanks to some of these DJs, such as Deborah Delusa. Definitely, she's made a massive impact since 2013. Nina Kraviz since 2012. There's many more DJs which have also made a massive contribution. We will talk about that. What she says on mixmag.net, where she gave an interview, Anfisa, she said, speaking on a video call from a hometown in Napoli, she said, these are her own words, "I love Italy, it's my home country." She smiles. "My dad is Italian and my family have lived in Italy for more than 20 years. Obviously, she wasn't born there, but she moved over there, and then that's where she started her DJing career. Growing up around music, it seemed as if a creative industry was somewhat inevitable, and while we touched on a few profile names, there were some significant close to home, which especially left a mark on Anfisa. When I was a child, my grandmother had a lot of vinyl, Italian music, Italo, disco, and she was the first. Secondly, my dad, he played the guitar and bass in a small group with his friends and still plays. He organizes small concerts in South Italy, and when I was young, he listened to rock music, punk music, and he has been a big influence on me, like many musicians. So quote is my mantra: stay true to yourself. I'm always like that. Close quote. So she began a DJing career in Napoli when she moved there, and that was around in 2009. And since then, she's never looked back. So there you go. That is about Anfisa. We are going to be talking about another amazing rising DJ for 2023 that will happen next Sunday. Don't forget, we are working on another very, very amazing series called Women True Story that's happening. We will be talking about that. tomorrow on a Monday bank holiday special about Women True Story. When that will be happening, when that will be premiering, we will talk about that tomorrow, only on the Woman Agenda channel. Make sure you do subscribe, please, and support the community channel. And we will talk about the interviews coming up this 2023 schedule. Among that, we will also be talking about more about what's happening with the hockey scene, and obviously any news on the schedule of the women's hockey, and when the next sport update will be happening. So much happening, so much stuff happening. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Sunday, looking after yourself, looking after your loved ones. Stay safe, please stay safe. We still have COVID-19 to deal with. Please look after yourselves and wear the mask where you can. Thank you very much for watching. Get in touch with me if you want to be featured on this Woman Agenda channel, community channel, talentspotlight309@gmail.com. If you want to sponsor us, advertise with us, we are very cost effective. talentspotlight309@gmail.com is the email address for that as well. And like I said, Kirsty Krause can be found on contact@kirstykrause.com. Email her and book her in. She's very busy, but I'm sure if you tell her before, she'll be able to book you in. Very, very, like I said, talented country music singer. So thank you very much for watching. This is the Rising Female DJs, Anfisa, Letyago. We were talking about today. We will talk about another amazing DJ next Sunday. I will see you guys tomorrow with a show with what's upcoming on the Woman Agenda channel, and when are you going to be seeing some more new programming and the live interviews, when are the interviews happening with amazing female talents this month. All that and so much more. Thank you very much for watching. Please do subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow. Look after yourselves. Have a fantastic Sunday.